Welcome, everybody, and hello, Claudia.
Hello, Iulia. Hello, everybody.
My name is Iulia Ipati, and I'm an external Hypno-Operator and student of the Grifasi Academy. And my colleague here, Claudia, she's a support telepath for Grifasi method. We are taking part investigative cycle 335, protocol number 1 of the Grifasi investigations department. The protocol is mixed, is comprised of two parts. The first part is fixed. You cannot change or deepen the answers and the questions, except on the secondary part, on the exploratory part. To contaminate the information as little as possible, all our support telepaths, they don't know the subject on the investigation that we are conducting in other languages. In case any one of you wish to participate in the investigative sessions of esoteric hypnosis Grifasi's method, either as a hypno-operator or a support operator, you may do so after completing the training Fundamental Concept of Esoteric Interference. You can request all the information by sending an email to info@calogerogrifasi.com. For those who wish to actively participate also in the second part, the free exploration together with the Hypno-Operator, it is possible to do so by sponsoring a working pair. In this way, you will be able to attend the session directly and during the free exploration phase, ask your questions. In this case as well, to receive all information, you may send an email to investigations@calogerogrifasi.com. Anyone wishing to contact me for a personal session may send me an email to juliaregressivehypnosis@gmail.com. Below this video, you'll find all the information, all my web references, along with the official links to the Grifasis method. Now, Claudia, we'll start with three breaths together. One. As I speak, go deeper and deeper. And today, we'll investigate a particular phenomenon together. To do this, go to the morning of November 8, 2018 at Edwards Air Force Base in California. Observe the base that morning and tell me if you notice any particular energetic activity in the early hours of the morning. I repeat, of November 8, 2018.
It showed up as soon as you said a kind of yellow energy, like a layer. So, not something round or looking like a vortex or something. No, it's simply like a layer. Uh, Yellow is a color, but a kind of pale yellow. Um, Simply floating over the base, that base.
Mhm.
That was the first image that I saw.
Okay. Now take a broader perspective. Observe and look for other possible military bases in the surrounding areas or neighboring states. Tell me if you see activity at an energetic and esoteric level.
I don't know, I had a underground image
Mhm.
nearby, but not on the regular on the ground, but underground. And yes, I had a feeling of activity, something in hurry, people moving, and energy is moving. It's like something is shaken up, and like something is moving on a faster pace than usual.
Mhm. Okay. Do you observe anything else? Energetic level?
No, at this moment, no.
Okay. Now, instead, move to the area of Paradise, north of Sacramento, still in California, still on November 8, 2018. It is the morning of Thursday, November 8, near Pulga, a small community in the north surrounded by the Plumas National Forest. Now observe this area and tell me what you observe at an energetic level in this particular place?
I don't know now. It showed up a kind of rainbow colors. That's
Mhm.
what I saw now. But now it looks like a vortex, let's say, because it's moving, swinging, like dancing, like something uh, in this way, and very fast moving.
Mhm.
Those colors.
Okay. Tell me if you notice frequencies energetically similar to the military area observed earlier.
Oh. I have an image that says symbolically that it is something in common, but on a base structure layer. It's not on the surface. So the images that I had were kind of different, but still I have they have something in common on the base level.
Hmm? Okay. That morning, a severe fire broke out, which continued to burn for another 2 weeks, finally being contained on Sunday, November 25, after burning 62,050 hectares. Observe the energy of this fire and tell me everything you feel and perceive about it.
I see some lines now. It's still energetic, the image that I have, but I see lines that somehow those lines are connecting some dots from those military bases that we talked before. And it's like they would create kind of sparkles when they connect to each other, these lines. This is the image that I had. We'll see more, but this is the
You
first.
said lines?
Lines,
Mm-hmm,
exactly
mm-hmm.
lines, like laser lines looking
Okay.
like. It's they are connecting to each other. They are connecting in the same time those military base, and it's like they are connecting. They are creating sparkles that ignites the fire.
Mm-hmm,
Then, and I have a feeling that
mm-hmm,
while I was speaking to you, I was continuing to see this process. So it was not something like only one time in the beginning. It was a continuing process. uh, it was somehow keeping the force of the fire then in time, keeping the fire alive.
mm-hmm. For 2 weeks, right?
Hmm. For the whole period, yes.
Now, Claudia, let's move to 2023, to August 8th. There is a base in New Mexico, the White Sand Missile Range. Tell me if you notice any particular energetic activity in this area or in other bases in the area.
Again came that yellow layer over that place.
Mhm,
But now I have a feeling also, like a kinesthetic feeling about that layer. I feel it very heavy. It's like something, it is a pale yellow, but it's not that yellow that refers to sun. It's something that feels very heavy. It's like would create some kind of comprised energy beneath. It's like under that layer, uh, the air is not free anymore. It's trapped. It creates something, how to say, beneficial to future activity. It's like it coordinates the air in a certain way that will lead to a certain activity further on. That's the
mhm,
feeling that I have about that yellow. It's like something technological. It is produced, is not natural, and it has this role to comprise the air underneath. It's like would be like a, how to say, like a chamber underneath. This is the image and the feeling, like a
yes.
chamber with all the clothes, the doors and the windows closed. This is the effect that that layer of pale yellow will create underneath.
Okay.
like
Well.
establishing some kind of conditions for future activities they will need.
Mhm. Okay, now go to the island of Hawaii, still on August 8, 2023. Several fires break out on the island of Maui, Hawaii.
Mhm.
Observe the island as these outbreaks begin and tell me what energies you feel.
Here it is a bit different. It's not the same thing that I felt and saw on the other cases. As soon as you started to speak about that, I saw red lines. So now specifically, I was seeing red laser lines, like they're touching places. Simply, I was seeing like a line being directed to a place and simply sparkling and igniting the fire.
Mhm.
That's the image that I have. And many, many, plenty of them. That was just an example, but many of them doing the same thing.
Yes.
And somehow they
Mhm.
are directed and they know exactly where to do or to go and what to do, in what manner and what intensity in order to produce a certain result, so a certain level of fire. It's something like very well distributed. That's like feels like saying.
Very well. Within 24 hours, almost 3,000 buildings are destroyed, almost all in the island's capital,
Mhm.
the town of Lahaina. 80% were residential homes inhabited by local residents, descendants of the older generations of indigenous people. What do you feel or observe about this?
Like it was intentional to destroy somehow, to give a hard life, let's say, to those people. It
Mhm.
has something to do with those people and their roots, but not only. It feels like it's something with that land itself. It is connected, or that action, with what the vibration of that land is. Uh, I have an image, Julia, now. It's like
Mhm.
everything there. I have a image after the fire, very soon after the fire. It's like everything is black, everything is destroyed. It's more like an energetic image. So it is a lot of negativity spread around on the ground, normal, after that fire. But still underneath, it's something very light. It's something that it's beautiful to see and touch and be in touch with. Uh, but on the surface, it is this disaster that just happened, and feels like saying it was something that they wanted to touch, somehow to destroy, but in the same time, after this, let's say, consequences will disappear of the fire, they will try to take in possession, to contain, that space, that place,
Mhm.
and what's underneath, somehow to get in touch with that energy underneath, underground.
After this fire, the cars had metal parts that were completely melted. Observe what happens energetically.
I felt like shaking when you said that. I mean, I had a feeling of a kind of electromagnetic wave being there, being used on that fire. So technological devices that are simply destroying everything, including metal.
Mhm.
It was not a normal fire at all. So living alone aside those laser lines that I was telling you before, it was also this in addition, these electromagnetic devices, waves being spread around.
Mm-hmm.
And saw now a image. mm, I'm not sure how to call it in English, but maybe you'll help me. Like like those things that we we have everyone, each of us in our houses that are controlling somehow the electricity in that house. So it's
Smart
a
meters? Smart
smart
meters.
meters,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Smart meters, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That was the image that I had. Somehow connected with the whole phenomena of this spreading around those waves that were
Mm-hmm.
so powerful that they're able to melt even metal from the cars.
Yep. Okay. Who or what started the fire? At my count of
Mm-hmm.
three, will you see it in front of you? You will see it. One, two, three.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's those waves, those no, sorry, those lines, those red lines.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you said it will sit in front of you, I saw, I think, like the root, the device from which those lines are being launched, let's say. It's like a rectangular device that was something that showed up in front of my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Rectangular and very, very technological.
Is there more about this device?
I
You
see
see?
all kinds of holes inside, uh, buttons, all kind of things that I'm sure they are like buttons to be, but I don't see hands or something on it. It's simply something automatic. Automatically, it's launched. It's
Okay.
like following a pattern, a kind of dynamic and alive pattern. It's like cooperating um, on a live uh, during the process with the environment. It's like the environment sends somehow data, information, and this device knows exactly where to send those lines. It's like that that machine, that device. It's like a two both ways working machine coming from the environment data and knowing exactly where and what and on what intensity to spread those lines,
Mm-hmm.
laser lines. It's like a network, feels like saying.
Okay. Okay.
Quite complex.
Yeah. Sounds like, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Claudia, let's go back to Europe, to
Mm-hmm.
Landes in France. The DJA essays the missiles in Briscaros. Observe this area between Wednesday, July 22 and Thursday, July 23rd of this year, 2026. Simply tell me if anything draws your attention. If you want me to read the question
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
again.
No,
Okay.
because I was having images. I'm not, I don't care about the words. I
Okay.
mean, what is
Yes.
happening, because
Mm-hmm.
I was having this image again of that pale white, yellow image color. Again, like a layer. Underneath, I saw trees. I don't know if it's about trees or something or houses, but simply I saw that layer and again having that feeling of heaviness underneath. It's like, how to say, it's like this layer creates a kind of the effect of a greenhouse. That's the name, I think. You know, a glass greenhouse where we grow vegetables and stuff, and you need to have a
Mm-hmm.
certain temperature, humidity. Well, that layer does the same thing, creates some conditions. It's like before, probably it's about a fire, but before happening. Um, if I stay there, I simply feel an extreme heaviness. It's like electricity is conducting somehow through my body. I feel wet. I feel heavy. I feel something enormous. It's happening on an energetic level. Something that makes me somehow gives me a kind of panic, like I should run away from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like under a dome. This is the feeling that I have
Okay.
if I stay there.
Okay. Now detach from there. Yes.
Hmm.
We continue.
Hmm.
So in France, about 20,000 people were evacuated between Wednesday, July 22 and Thursday, July 23, 2026, from towns and tourist locations along the Atlantic coast. Observe this event esoterically and tell me what you feel and visualize.
Showed up first simply images of entities from the reptiloid race.
Mhm,
That was the image. And somehow entities running, moving, not running away, but running onto those people, somehow to drag them to be with them there, to increase even more the panic, the anger, all these negative feelings. It's like a very close to work, feels like
mhm,
saying
mhm.
from them. That was the image that came.
Okay. Do you perceive anything else?
No, it's just this hurry and negative feelings. It's not only panic or fear. At the same time, I feel a lot of anger from the people. It's like they are disturbed, or they feel like they are losing goods, they are losing money, they are, how to say, rebellious against authorities. They don't want to go, some of them. It's a chaos. This is the
Mhm,
feeling that I have there. And all these feelings are, of course, dragged and extracted and used and even more. Um, they're trying these entities to grow
mhm,
those feelings
mhm.
even more,
They're
potentiate exactly.
potentiated.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So, a forest fire near the town of Lej Cap Ferret, southwest of Bordeaux, near the Arcachon Basin, has spread over more than 2,400 hectares. Who or what started this fire? At my count of three, you will see it in front of you. One, two, three.
I don't have an image of a person or persons in general, but simply now I had a feeling of a kinesthetic feeling um, that I also felt before. Now I didn't see any laser ray lines.
Mm-hmm.
I had this feeling of a shaking, very strong, of you know, I'll try to explain. It's like when we are in a forest and we don't have matches, and we try to ignite the fire using those two stones that create sparkles. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say it in English, but this is the feeling that those waves are having the results of. Are creating this result. They create sparkles of fire, uh, and they're having this role, simply being launched,
Mm-hmm.
being present, being put there, like electromagnetic waves. And the
Mm-hmm.
feeling is on an energetic level, it's not something to be felt by a human in a material world, let's say, but on an energetic level, it's like a very strong shaking. It's like exactly the same feeling that I like rubbing actually, like those stones. It's
Mm-hmm.
quite similar, the same feeling on an energetic level. And soon after that wave being launched, will show up, will ignite the fire. And
Mm-hmm.
on different spots, because being this is these are not like those lines that are going very focused, very well directed to some places. This is being a wave will be more spread around on wider surfaces, on wider and not so much well directed. It's like they are giving the commands, okay, let's burn, I don't know how many thousands of hectares, you know.
Okay.
It's like a more easy target.
Mhm. Can you follow these waves, see where they're coming from?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know why I saw some kind of blue, and along this blue kind of red, this is the image that I see. It's like they need those two colors to be included, to be used in order to produce those waves. And and they are not coming from only one place. They are they're like produced uh, not underground. It's somewhere on the surface, but it's not on one place. It's in more places around the world, not only in that area. Feels like saying this way. And
Okay.
they simply launch, and when they have the command, when they decide on which area to produce the fire, which places to connect, to open, to launch.
Okay.
If I take a look around this place in France, I
Mm-hmm.
have I keep having images from two places, like one in a part, one side, and one in another side of the whole perimeter of the fire.
Okay.
Like they need these two places in order to be very efficient with that fire. But in the same time, I have the feeling that in other places, it's only one enough. Uh, It is a lot depending on their purpose. It's like they don't want to burn everything. This is the feeling. They have like an agenda, even with these fires. They want to create some kind of effect. Uh, and on other side, they cannot go deeper or worse in effects uh, than they do. I mean, it's not like they do whatever they want. There are some kind of dynamics in all of this, and they have somehow to not to follow the dynamics somehow, but still to be in tune with everything, with all the dynamics of the matrix in general, so they can create a fire in one place, a bigger, but then another one smaller in another place. Mm, it's something very, very complex process.
Very well, Claudia. We'll continue. From
Mhm.
satellite images, some blue rays appear over the Gironde area the night before the fire between July 21 and 22, 2026. Observe these rays and tell me what you feel. Already you saw it, yeah?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It is
Mm-hmm.
the same image like before. It's just I have this feeling that there is somehow underneath also a red color included. It's not only the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in addition, let's say.
Okay. So you perceive the next question, kinda. So we're
Mm,
gonna deep in a little bit. Find the origin, yeah, of
mm-hmm,
this race at my count of three. One, two, three.
mm.
Describe to me what you feel or see. An addition, yeah?
Yes, but it is, I have quite the same image with even more details now,
Yes.
but I don't know how to describe it. Like, for example,
You
let's
feel
say,
it. Mm-hmm.
yes, no, it's something very technological. This is the image that I have. The feeling is already something that I told you in a way, is that shaking, very strong, something that like two stones that are rubbed to each other. This is the feeling. But the image that I have is simply some kind of base, kind of military base. Now I have a lot of white in front of me, like being part of the colors of those devices. It's something very complicated. I have something round in front of me, then again another things constructed, built on each other, on top of the other, with different additions, let's say, around them. If I would have I don't know, a more
On paper.
technological mind, let's say,
A
maybe I
drawing
could
paper.
explain better. Exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly. That would be perfect to draw.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's the feeling is that something for sure made, human made or entities made. It's something technological, um, and it creates those waves that are helping, that are having this role that I told you to create the fire and to maintaining the fire is not only, it's something that has to go on, go on, go on, not only to give that sparkle like in other fires. It's like they experienced over the years with those fires different technologies that they were creating, they were launching, and they were let's say, experiencing those technologies on different. And in this case, it is about those rays.
Okay. Now observe these areas a few years from now on and tell me what you see in the same areas as the fire.
I see buildings
Hmm.
here. This is the feeling, the image that I have. And the feeling is something inhabited. That's the feeling. Because I had a feeling of having human life around in that place. It
Mm,
is about a forest or something in this moment. You told me so. I'm not sure you told me or not. With
mm,
this fire, yes, because you said I don't know how many hectares or bird.
mm-hmm. Yes.
But the feeling is that in the future is not going to be like a new forest. Like they don't care about this to replant trees and stuff and make it good for the nature. It's simply like they need that land in order to apply a project that they already have, and they want to put it in place in the future. That was the image
Yes, the
and the
forest
feeling.
fire. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Very well. Do you perceive anything else regarding those buildings? Anything in particular?
No, it's simply a lot of human activity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like building structures, base, layers, people, and I don't know, kind of secluded somehow place, isolated somehow. I mean, not in front of everybody, or probably not meant for everybody. I don't have a very clear feeling if it is something for normal people in order to, I don't know, to imprison the people here, or maybe on the contrary, it's something for the wealthy and rich to be away from normal people. But anyway, it's something about building structures.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I say Horizeo project, tell me only, without thinking, what information comes to your mind.
Again, I saw that round, one round thing, looking like a, how to say, like a space rocket, something that's about to go to be launched in the space.
Mhm.
That's the image that I had, the first one.
Okay. The Horizeo project is one of the mega solar photovoltaic park projects planned
Hmm.
precisely in the area affected in France. And coincidentally, other areas with similar projects have been affected by fires in France. Observe France from above. Observe the places where the fires broke out. Now look for the places where the photovoltaic parks are planned and tell me what you observe.
Uh, it is something that prevents those photovoltaic fields to produce energy. This is the image that I have. It is something on top of them. It's like they're getting diminishing their number.
Mhm.
This is what I see. I don't know what's their purpose, but this is what I perceive right now.
Okay. Perceive anything else?
No, it's simply something that it is between them and the sunlight, like a
Mhm.
layer, energy layer.
Okay. Now let's move to the fires that broke out in Spain. Almost 50,000 hectares already burned. Cantabria, no, Cantabria is the most
Hmm.
affected area. June, the most destructive month, and the country has counted 14 major wildfires since the start of the year. Observe the Spanish fires, observe the map from above, and tell me what energies you feel, what draws you to these points. Who or what started these fires?
I was expecting that I will see something similar with what I saw before, but still no. Now it is, you know what was the feeling, the image? Something like a helicopter, I don't know what's called that, that's moving around, spinning around on top of the helicopter.
The
Heli- I don't know how to call it, but you know what I mean. Uh,
propellers or something?
prop something, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That stuff from on top of the helicopter.
Hmm.
I was seeing plenty of them, lots of them, of those things moving on a very, very high speed. Uh, and like they're creating a kind of a false wind that spread the fire on and keep spreading the fire on. It's like an unnatural wind that propels and grow even more the fire. That was the image that I had.
Hmm.
And underneath this thing that I saw, there are
Propellers, yeah.
also
I
propellers.
checked, yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. Be, behind this, I saw kind of others techniques and technologies that we already saw before, but in this in particular fires or use this new technology, let's say new adds, new additions in technology that they created recently and they experienced specifically on this fire or this with those propellers.
Hmm. Okay. Do you perceive anything else regarding this?
No, at this moment, no.
Gonna dig in a little bit. Okay. Now,
Mhm.
if I say to you, Sorbas 2 by the energy company EIDF, tell me all the information that comes to you.
I don't have many. I simply see kind of lines like would be cubic squares. I don't know. I had this image. I don't know what it means exactly, how to describe it and how to translate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply I had this image like cubes, square cubes, many stick to each other. I don't know what that means.
Okay. Los Gallardos, one of the areas particularly affected by the fires. Tell me the first piece of information that comes to your mind.
I just saw fire and nothing
Mhm.
else.
Who or
Something
yeah.
very
Mhm.
strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who or what started these fires? Los Gallardos.
Um, I had an image of a a kind of tank, a tank. So something very domestic, something very, this is the image, but it's symbolic. We'll see how to translate it. Simply like a tank full of gas. That was the image that I had. And creating a very, very strong fire simply burst into the air, the atmosphere. So probably something similar with gas or maybe even gas, maybe used in some stages of the fire, maybe in the beginning or then later on.
Mhm. Is there anything else about this tank?
Mm,
No?
no.
Okay.
Mm.
Now observe the areas of few years from now on and tell me what you see in the same areas as the fire.
I keep looking, but I don't have images of something specific happening in the years coming.
Mm-hmm.
I keep seeing like the bad effects, desolating image in that area, like nature then rebirthing somehow,
Mm-hmm.
but on a very slow pace. I don't know why. It's I have the feeling that that is because of the devices and technology they used now during the fire that simply prevents nature to take its own natural course to in order to
Revive us. Mm-hmm.
revitalize
Mm-hmm.
exactly everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not so much, not something very positive I see in the future regarding that place.
There are suspicions that these fires were set in order to build solar power plants, lithium mines, and rare earth mines. Tell me everything you perceive about this.
Yes, I see activity underground, while on top it is left somehow intentionally deserted and looking sad. And as I told you before, still underground, I see movements. It's like they're creating, they're constructing things, sites, mines, stuff underground.
Mines, okay.
Hmm. And maybe it's possible to be something on the surface, but a lot later in the future. There's the feeling. In the time frame that you ask, looks like is not happening something recent. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in the next few years.
When I say later, what number comes to you?
Um, as for the time frame that you said, for example, you said I think 3 years. I didn't see anything happening there
Mm-hmm.
uh, for these 3 years. But if you ask me even more than 3 years, I can take a look and still I don't see those solar things.
Yeah, panels.
I don't know how to call it. Yes,
Solar
I
panels,
still
yeah.
don't see. Instead, I
Solar
saw
power plants. Mm-hmm.
solar power plants. Okay, I don't see them even later than 3 years. But it came an image with wild animals.
Mm-hmm.
That that came to me there. Simply like still at some point the nature takes the nature course in there. And since there are animals, for sure there is nature there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like something like zoo created by humans. No, I had
Mm-hmm.
this feeling of wild animals in that place, small animals, something small. That was the face. I had seen something on the ground, running around, living their life, and
Mm-hmm.
probably their intentions would be that to create those stuff, but probably things are not always go as they plan, and
Mm-hmm.
it's possible probably to take another turn in the future.
Okay, we'll dig in soon.
Mhm.
Okay, and in many images of these fires, we see intact trees next to completely destroyed houses. Observe the moment the fire started and devastated the houses, leaving the trees intact, and tell me what you observe.
I have again that feeling of very precise and focused waves. More precise, I had an image of something square simply, um, around a tree. So it like would be a cube around a tree. Around that tree, it's simply everything is melting simply. It's extremely warm, extremely hot. It's melting everything. But still the tree, it is intact because the wave, it is so precisely directed that simply doesn't touch that tree. And I have the feeling it is intentionally did in this way. They did it in that way in order to give clues somehow to people, to show to the people that this is something put, created intentionally by them. This
Mhm.
is the feeling that I have because they don't care so much. They don't, and in the same time they try to show because they like this. They like to show to the people what they do. They like to be seen, but not seen completely, only to give clues. And this is one of the clues. They show, "Oh, look how strong we are. We can burn houses, but we can keep trees if you want."
Mhm. Okay. And the last long question.
Mm.
If I say the acronym DEW, what comes to your mind? So it's DEW,
I don't
like
know why.
Mountain Dew, yeah? Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. It came something very, how to say, like something built, like a very strong structure, built, made from concrete, from, you know, concrete.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff,
Mm-hmm.
very
Cement, concrete, yeah. Mm-hmm.
cement, exactly. It is very against nature. This is the feeling, completely against, very rigid, very. I mean, I don't think I have this image like having to something to represent exactly the material from that, but simply something symbolical against complete uh, to nature and what's nature or what's human,
Mm-hmm.
let's say.
Do they have anything to do some of the fires analyzed? Yes or no?
Sorry, not sure I understand.
Do
It,
the acronym
adju,
DEW, yeah? Mm-hmm.
okay.
This about dew, so that's
Mm-hmm.
a concrete. So do they have anything to do with some of this of the fire analyzed? Yes or no?
Yes, feels like
Structure, yeah?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Feels like yes. Not sure
Okay.
in what way, but still, I had again images like being somehow made on purpose to create, to differentiate, and to manifest a certain reality that they
Mm.
want in that project.
DEW, directed energy weapons, are extremely powerful electromagnetic weapons that governments have possessed for a long time have and have never kept secret. What comes to your mind about this? Talking about
Mm-hmm.
being wide open, yeah?
Yes, yes, it is more like having to do with all the technologies that we already talked about or we saw
Mm-hmm.
now before. It is part from this. I simply didn't have the information that it is called like that, but now when you said it, that came to me like a perception. It is simply the technologies that they are using from long time ago. It's simply they're modifying, they are creating new technologies from one year to another, let's say, from a period to another, but still part of the same project.
Mm-hmm. We finished the fixed questions, Claudia. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go back to the beginning and we can observe this yellow layer. Let's see the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
properties of this yellow layer, how it's like, where it's coming from, how it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
created. What do you perceive about it?
Yes, I remember I saw it in more questions.
Mm-hmm.
And now, as you put me there, uh, I'm very close to it now. I know the effect. I already told you the effect underneath this
Mm-hmm.
layer. Very heavy, very like you feel like sweating a lot, so feeling heavy. But if I go from top and go very close to it, I don't know why it looks like a sponge to me now. Um,
It's a
eh,
sponge. Mm-hmm.
a sponge, yes, like a bath sponge, but not very, with those holes, small holes inside in that layer, and has the role to somehow to filter the air that goes through from both directions, from up and down, filters the air and creates that permeability,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, between the two uh, spaces, the two levels,
Okay.
uh, through which those holes, like leaking a kind of substance, feels like saying, a substance like a rain somehow that simply drops on the ground because it goes down from that layer down on the ground. It has the role to modify the atmosphere on that area specifically, to modify it, as I told you before.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the mechanism, this is the feeling that I have and the image that the whole mechanism is produced. Of course, the layer that I am telling you, it is a very high altitude, is not on top of that city or that forest.
Okay.
It is high, it is not observable, of course, from the human eye on the ground, but still having this having this effect, as I said, having these drops going down, they are mixing with the natural air and creating, because they are like, I would say, like toxins for the natural air,
Mm-hmm.
and creating this burden on the air itself. And from here, of course, on the humans, and uh, creates the primal, the base structure condition for the fire to happen, to be ignited then further on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say in a way it looks more like a, how to say, gas vapors,
It's like a
a
kind of
kind of,
liquid gas, kind of like that. You
exact,
can
a
say
kind of
like a
liquid
rain, right?
gas, but more
If I say
like
acid rain,
vapors.
something is similar.
Exactly, something like acid rain, exactly, but
Okay.
something that's supporting the fire that will
This is,
ignite at some point.
potent. This is making it more
Hmm.
potent. Uh-huh.
Contains some kind of specific
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Observe this substance.
Mhm.
Where it's coming from? Like, let's follow this substance. Invisible. Invisible, yeah?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, invisible. It is made with technology, very sophisticated and advanced technology.
This technology observe this technology belongs to.
Belongs to the one state that rules all this project. I mean, it's one state. I felt like saying one state, but it's not actually one. It's one state shaped by many representatives from other from
Mm-hmm.
on the surface countries. On the
Okay.
surface, there are countries different, but actually, there are only one circle that are shaping all these projects. Like bright minds, highly intelligent people uh, from top of the pyramids, but they don't belong specifically to one state only, to one country.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's true, comes to mind like US on a
Mm-hmm.
first place, but it's not only simply this is not a matter of importance for them to belong to something. It's important just for these people or the members of these projects to work for the right people, for the deep state, let's say.
Mm-hmm. They perceive this state. Do you see they have like a leader or a CEO, can say,
Mm,
or yeah.
yes, they have, they have, but any level uh, having their own CEO, and that CEO, it is a leader specifically on that level only. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know more than what he's supposed to know for that level.
Mm-hmm.
And him on his turn will have another superior that will know a bit more than him. So everything is structured very well on this pyramid shape,
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying before, very well structured. So it functions perfectly because they cannot betray others because they don't know actually. They simply don't know more than their job,
They're
what they
supposed to
have
do,
to
yeah.
do.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to do
Mm-hmm.
on that level simply.
Mm-hmm. You observe this pyramid. Who's on top of this pyramid? What comes to you?
Showed up now
Mm-hmm.
an eye yellow with sunshine rays that surround that eye, and
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like saying ra,
Mm-hmm.
would be common to be that way, but I didn't have that.
Okay.
I don't have it as an image, simply that eye and those rays. I have the feeling more of united, let's say, nations of entities, feels
Mm-hmm.
like saying. So it's not only one, it's something a very tight
Mm-hmm.
network in there from very few that are connecting and cooperating together in order to, it's like they're having common purposes and they're collaborating very well.
Mm-hmm.
And there are very few. I mean, when I say few, I have the feeling of two or three only being there in that eye, and they are somehow, I have an image, each of them holding in their hands a few rays from that eye.
Okay.
So they are somehow in charge with one part of the eye,
Mm-hmm.
another one with another part, another one with three, four other rays
Mm-hmm.
from that eye.
Observe these rays. Observe these rays where they go. Like.
Hmm. They don't go very far.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go. They simply represent somehow mm, the work domains,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
from those entities, but they don't go very far because I have the feeling that they are somehow twisted down back again on earth, because from there they are taking their energy. When you said from where they go, I took a look, at the end of those rays,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that they'll go somewhere deep, 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 far in the universe, in the atmosphere. But no, they're actually very short and simply twisting down, turning down to Earth, because they don't have a life on their own. That was the
Okay.
feeling.
Mm-hmm.
They're not having any energy on their own. They're having to go down again and to manipulate, and they are somehow inserted, those rays, in all kinds of in all the layers of that pyramid,
Mm-hmm.
inserted and manipulating and coordinating. um, I have the feeling that those layers, those rays, are somehow the instruments, the tools of the archons, as they say. um, so one, let's say, maybe it is has to do with time, with manipulating time, another one manipulating space, another one setting up religion or politics, everything with their
Mm-hmm.
own working domain. Very
Job
well said.
description,
Yes.
can say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, very well, Claudia. Do you perceive these archons? Do they have like, let's say, special humans to work under them? Can say the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
Do you perceive like
Mm-hmm.
any like names that comes to you? Come to you?
I felt like saying all of them that are on top
Mm-hmm.
hierarchies are directly coordinated
Yeah.
by
Mm-hmm.
archons, by these high entities,
Mm-hmm.
um, all of them. There is no, not even the slightest possibility to go on top for a person that is not willing to obey them
Exactly, to
simply
agree to their.
simply to agree with their plans or someone authentic or profoundly human. No
Mm-hmm.
way,
Mm-hmm.
no way to get there on top. They only need people. When you started to make the question, I had this image again of like soldiers, very very
Mm-hmm.
rigid, very ready to follow the orders and to obey to their superior. This is
Mm-hmm.
what they need in order to master their plans.
Yeah. Do you perceive like what is promised to them by this their
Um,
bosses can say? Mm-hmm.
yes, yes,
To humans.
yes. Interesting because at first it came all those that we know, like physical
Mm-hmm.
wealth,
Mm-hmm.
rich houses, mansions, blah blah.
Yeah.
But still, not only that came on the second, let's say, level. Um, Many of them are thinking they will gain um, spiritual powers. That's what came to me. Spiritual powers, and in as a consequence of having these powers, they consider they will be able to prolong their life, to see more things, to
Become kind of
master maybe,
immortal.
to
Mm-hmm.
become not only mortals, but to become, how to say, creators of things, creators of maybe other worlds or empires, or to lead, from a very high level.
Mm-hmm.
This is things that their egos, let's say, is
Belief.
feeding them
Mm-hmm.
and making them believe would be possible. And it is like a very good reason to obey now, because you'll be a leader on the next
Yeah.
stage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they don't see like other lives. They simply consider themselves already immortal. They consider they have technology and science so highly advanced that they already uh, can can go on with the same body that will simply modify, replace if needed. Uh, so all kind of things that are served
Mm-hmm.
by their masters, they believe.
Okay. Do you perceive that any of these humans can say they have like a long life, maybe changing let's say looks?
Yes, yes, having long lives, but the feeling is that also they can change the body completely. It's not like they're changing, simply changing. Yes, this is mm, what came to me to tell you. Not only parts of the body. It's like a body at their disposal, simply, like being like clones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's why they are so easy to be target and attracted in these projects, because for them it's not important though that a real subliminal part that we are cherishing so much for them is this is not important. It's just to be fed on their ego. uh, this is what they are living on.
Mm-hmm. If I say Elvis Presley and Trump, what comes to you? They have anything in common?
Feels like yes, I don't know why, but feels like yes,
Observe what
there is
is that common
something
thing they have.
in common. Yes.
I'll count one, two, three. So maybe comes to you. One, two, three.
I don't know why it came a kind of clown feature common to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Simply both of them wanting to attract attention, to draw attention from the whole public and people
Mm-hmm.
around, and being kind of similar. Uh, I'm not saying they're actually the same person completely, but I have the feeling that they are similar. They are having similar features,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see the subliminal part very clear. I don't know why. Mm, Probably they don't have it, or it's just a part or a very tiny part. Anyway, I have the feeling of something very, very on the beginning of they're very easy to be attracted in all kinds of projects. This that belong to the deep state. Very
Mm-hmm.
easy because they're very somehow innocent in the beginning, in something like that.
Can you read their DNA, Claudia?
On Trump came something that I know I usually see on Draco when I see that kind of red that I see
Mm-hmm.
now. But it's not only that one. I would say it is a highly hybridized person. It's not only from more species, not only one, also humanoid. I have the feeling.
Mm-hmm. Elvis?
Again came that Draco, but not in a way. When you say Draco, we think about very much, how to say, violence, aggressivity.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have this feeling here. It's simply the show off feature, to show off, to go out, to draw attention, to impose,
Mm-hmm.
to
Okay.
feed on the energy of others, from others that are coming to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One more question,
Hmm.
with a little bit away from. Um, when I say Diana, Princess Diana, Melania Trump, do you see anything in common they have?
No, no, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Oh, because I saw immediately came both images in front of me, and I had a feeling like I would see Diana in one side and the other Melania in the other side, and I felt a kind of warm, I would say, coming from Diana, and a kind of reptiloid face from Melanie. That was the feeling that I had, like a
Mm-hmm.
reptiloid cold face looking at me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I didn't feel any connection between the two.
Okay. Now disconnect from there, Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to our fires.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we saw this yellow layer, and
Mm-hmm.
then we came to this technological structure that is sending waves. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this technological structure. mm, from our questions, do you perceive that is any one that we like mentioned in the fixed part?
Like if I feel there is connected that
Mm-hmm.
technology to someone,
Yeah.
uh, to some of those, yes, yes, to US,
Mm-hmm.
to Trump, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
it is connected. But when I said Trump, I had a kind of off feeling, like he's not actually that much involved. He's only on top of the surface layer. He's not actually very much involved on what's going on the second level
Mm-hmm.
of the importance. He's only the clown that
The
is
clown, yeah.
making the show. Yes, he's kept there for this role
To keep you
specifically.
distracted.
Not only to keep distracted, to keep us distracted, simply to feed the people, the crowd, with
Mm-hmm.
some
The
kind
show.
of energy. Yes, with that kind of energy of the show,
Is it like those?
and
Mhm.
not to impose, but to create different uh, positions on the people, because people are always fighting now over Trump's decisions, statements.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are agreeing with him, some of them are highly against and rebellious
Is it?
against him.
Yeah. Is it this to keep people divided? Dividing
Hmm.
we conquer.
Hmm.
Isn't that
Exactly, exactly.
how you say
It is about,
war move kind of? Yeah.
yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. It is that
Tactics.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
tactic. Yes, this is what they use for centuries, and they keep using it because it has still results on people.
Mm-hmm.
People are still easy to be drawn in one position or another, still easy. And to fight over that attitude, that position with the others around them everywhere in the world, it's still possible that tactics to be applied. Still successful, let's say.
Mm. It came to me like on the old ages when they were like, the king was bringing slaves fighting with
Hmm.
animals or slaves fighting, and the
Hmm.
crowd was
Hmm.
watching.
Hmm.
Is like feeding the crowd to this, show.
Mm-hmm.
The modern times would come.
Yes.
It's can be all this, no? Let's
Yes,
say.
yes, yes, yes. It is a similarity. Simply now the means are different because the times are different, but
Mm-hmm.
on the
The
deep
stakes are
down
higher,
there.
can say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And they need to be now even more, let's say, uh, uh, how to say, complex and
Mm-hmm.
even subtle because
Subtle,
the
yeah.
times are different. The people is more developed.
People will
It's not
catch
that
on, yeah.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And it's not that easy to distract people and to divide them as it was before. Now they need to be even more creatives
Mm-hmm.
to provide with those things.
So let's say what will be the major, let's say major action for people, this whatever shows and whatever distractions they create for the people not to give in to that, like, to what is like, let's say, benefiting humanity and the
Mhm.
collective as taking an action. Do what?
Mhm. Simply not buying their narratives.
Mm-hmm.
This is what comes to mind because they're trying, simply desperately trying to create more and more and more, all kind of crises, all kind of
Mm-hmm.
raising
Ridiculous.
the prices on everything,
Yeah, yeah. Worry,
going
fear,
high and
all this.
high.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But simply people all the time have to turn on their own inner zone and area and to find there the peace and harmony in themselves and simply not get caught in these
Yeah.
traps because they're simply traps, nothing
Mm-hmm.
else.
Mm-hmm. Not
Nothing
believing
else. Not believing,
this.
not believing, not buying everything they say because they say from one month to another you find and hear something new, a new war, a new
Mm-hmm.
crisis,
Exactly.
energetic stuff,
Now are the
water,
fires, like, the fires are like spreading
fires,
everywhere
exactly,
in the world.
exactly,
Do you
exactly.
do you perceive, Claudia, all these fires? Do you perceive any of these fires natural?
Yes, there are also natural. This is the feeling that I have. There are
Okay,
also
what
natural.
percentage do you perceive? It's a kind of
It came 30,
30,
three
okay.
zero.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there are also naturals, but it came also another thing is not only about different projects that they want to pursue and to put on the future on those places.
Mm-hmm.
I had this feeling that some fires are simply uh, created in order simply to panic the people
Mm-hmm.
more,
To get
to draw,
attention,
to
energy.
get attention, to get energy. It's like when they feel there is something too good or too spiritual advanced on that area or in that place or in that
Mm-hmm.
continent,
Yeah,
they have to create something to counteract. You know,
exactly. To lower
they
the
are somehow
frequency.
forced to do that
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
the energy is flowing and it's developing and it's so fast on developing now because they are somehow forced to create something negative in order to maintain the level of frequency that allows them to live their life, let's say, as they used to before. It's
Mm-hmm.
like they are being pushed more and more in a corner and they
Mm-hmm.
need to take even more actions. That's why it's all the time something going on, something going to explode, something going to, I don't know, pandemic, a new vaccines, a
Mm-hmm.
new
Mm-hmm.
disease, a new something.
Okay.
But even like that, people are starting to believe less and less in their
Mm-hmm.
stories.
Claudia, let's create a timeline where a possible timeline, mm, only subliminal parts they can have access to it,
Hmm.
where like all this what they try, they don't work. Like let's say mostly,
Hmm.
like benefiting humanity.
Hmm.
Destroys, let's say, through this kind of catastrophe they are creating.
Hmm.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Describe this timeline.
It's simply, let's say, less. It's like the elite, the deep
Mm-hmm.
state, are a lot less influential.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not only that that are not any more chaos and stuff and problems. Simply like they are diminishing their number, they're disappearing somehow. And the people, this is the image I have, like the planet in this timeline is a lot more fragmented. The power is a lot more shared now to people. It's like I don't see so much on the center, like that pyramid you remember I was
Mm-hmm.
telling you before. Now it's more like on a base structure level,
Mm-hmm.
divided among people according to their own interests, similarities, ideas, creativity.
Okay.
So it is a lot more like the power is turning back to to the people and not on top only. It's
Do you
something
perceive an
very,
important factor that create this factor?
yes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
detaching from there. This is actually what's going on
Great.
now, but on a faster pace because you put me creating this timeline. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
it's actually the same process, but simply a lot faster going on, happening.
Okay.
Detaching. They are detaching. They are simply don't give attention, don't give energy,
Touched.
don't
Mm-hmm.
feeding the narratives and the stories that they are
Mm-hmm.
trying to put on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the only, feels like the only
This in,
way.
this information will put the intention that only subliminal parts can have access to it.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
if it's possible, I don't know. I
Hmm.
think they know already
Yes, on a
somehow. They
subliminal
know.
level, yes.
Mm-hmm. Um, okay. Now, let's see. I see. Do you perceive anything having in common? November 8, 2018, August 8, 2023. Do you perceive anything regarding this 8 number?
Yes, yes. It
Mm-hmm.
is the highest, let's say, effect that they are
Mm-hmm.
trying to create. And they need also to be, because they always try to be connected with as many natural factors as possible, conditions. And one of them is also the numbers, because this is what we are
It's
somehow, let's
very
say,
potent, yeah.
influenced
Mm-hmm.
here also by numbers,
Yeah.
among other conditions,
Astrology.
astrological stuff, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they also all the time try to include, to corroborate as many conditions as possible. And
Mm.
8 is one of them, is somehow on top, is something that happens a lot. It is wide, it is big, it's exploding on 8. And
Okay.
they use that carefully.
Okay. So can say 8, like 8 of the month can be like kind of potent for them, yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And not all, I have this feeling, not all the 8, but some of the 8. That's why they
Uh-huh.
choose
Uh-huh.
carefully. The, 1 8 from 1 month, depending on what month creates one effect, another one. For example, one can create a lot of energy, or one can create a lot of weakness. So it's still a lot, but in another opposite way. It's depending
Mm-hmm.
what they need. They look for another conditions. For the moon to be not, I don't know what kind of phase, for
Yeah.
the I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what
It's all connected.
planet to be closer or far away. They are very much in tune with all these parameters.
Yes. Okay. Continuing that, in Los Gallardos in Spain, yeah, pretty close to my area. I saw the fire when it started. It was started on July 9th, and you said about those propellers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very interesting that that day the winds they were very, very, very high, like just in that
Mm-hmm.
day. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And those winds they help the fire to be like for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Let's observe those propellers. Where,
Mm-hmm.
like, where they
Mm-hmm.
coming from?
From everywhere. I have this feeling and the image. There are a lot, and
Hmm.
they are somehow freed up, like they would be like little robots. And they simply, when they launched those propellers, they simply went everywhere, everywhere, chaotically, almost like looking like
Do you perceive these propellers are be physical or energetical?
energetical,
Hmm. Okay.
energetical. Yes, but they're having a very strong effect on the physical world
Hmm.
because they have some kind of physical on a very uh, atomic level, on a very little level, small.
Mm-hmm.
like nanoparticles that are belonging to the material world, in order to make the connection and to create this big effect on the material world. They need something material included in them.
What is the material? What is the organic thing they need? Yeah, something organic. You can say.
Yes, it came something very gray as a color as soon as you made a question.
Mm-hmm.
Gray,
Touch
like
that and see
gray,
if you get any information. What
like
can
a
be
powder. It
powder?
came like a powder, something very fine, like a sand,
Mm-hmm.
but gray as
It's
a
gray.
color.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is gray, like a metal came now to tell you,
If I
but
say
a kind of,
oxide, does anything comes to you?
not sure, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
not sure.
Okay, I won't mention the other name.
Can can be a connection, but I'm not sure 100%. It simply looks like powder, looking like
Mm-hmm.
sand, that but even more fine than the sand, and still having this property of being a metal.
Mm-hmm. Like you said that you are not seeing anything for in the future on top of the
Hmm.
area that was burned in Spain, and you perceive three. There is a law in Spain that says that anything that is burned in 30 years, nothing is allowed to be built there. Is there
Hmm.
a connection with this law you perceive?
No,
30
no,
years.
I don't think so. No, because it didn't even. I remember the image and the moment when we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about that. The feeling was not that was connected with the laws or with the
Mm-hmm.
humans, with this from the power, people in power. No, it was something more like natural conditions that are simply working against those who put fire in
Mm-hmm.
the first place. Simply somehow the energetic conditions of the place or the country that simply doesn't allow at some point to them to apply their plans.
You said that something was like kind of stopping or something kind of, hindering. You
Hmm.
mentioned, yeah, that something wasn't
Yes,
letting, taking the course of whatever they are
exactly,
planning, right?
exactly. Something on
Observe
energetic
what is, yeah,
level.
observe
Hmm.
what is that thing that is, let's say, benefiting, humans.
Hmm. Humans, yes. It was like an energetic level, something that simply, not like a being or
Hmm.
like, I don't know, simply energetically
Can it be an
doesn't
egregore?
allow.
Can it be an
Uh,
egregore, Claudia?
yes, yes, we can say like an egregore that simply puts obstacles and blockages in front of those projects of them. You
Hmm.
know, like when you try to do something and you have blockages and you cannot do it and you cannot do it, at the end you simply leave it away because you are sick of it.
Hmm.
It's the same with them. That was the feeling coming from an energetic layer that was somehow built in time, based on the consciousness of the persons of the, and yes, we can say at some point it is built as an egregore of the
Hmm.
people, of the humans, that simply works somehow by itself, and it is shaped and formed by the common thoughts and ideals and the creativity of those people, persons involved in that
Can we
egregore.
give a name to this egregore, some characteristics, so can make it maybe more potent? Is it possible?
Power came to me to tell
Power,
you, simply power, like a name.
power. Hmm. And
Power,
underneath
human
power, what
power.
do you perceive? The subtle, let's say the subtle of this word, power of this egregore, the
Hmm.
subtlety, right? You have to
Human, simply
understand.
human,
Hmm.
humanity.
Hmm.
Because I see humans underneath this egregore.
Let's find a common belief of this egregore because they form on
Hmm.
beliefs, yeah.
Hmm. It's it has some kind of idea, this
Hmm.
egregore, that the good will finally succeed.
Yes.
The good will finally win. This is
Mhm.
some kind of the general idea of this egregore. No matter how long, but things will go the
How
right
hard they
way.
try. There
Yes,
is
exactly. No, no matter how hard they
universe, let's say,
try.
cannot allow this.
It's simply, yes, that egregore, we, the people that form
We have
that
the power,
egregore,
yeah, with power.
we actually have the power at the end, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. By intention.
Yeah. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
by putting intention, setting intention.
Okay, that's great. Okay, last question because we went so long, so much.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding this, like Los Gallardos, the fire, the fires were like was the fires. They were like on these high hills. Not many houses burned, only like dry grass, okay, call that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And but the most affected area was where like were living more expats English,
Mm-hmm.
and the victims, they were 14, and they were like mostly, I think they were all kind of English. Do you perceive something regarding this, or it just happened, it just was a coincidence that weren't like
Mm-hmm.
Spanish, you know, in Spain, you know,
Mm-hmm.
victims can say?
No, I don't see any connection
Oh.
with that, with the
Mhm.
nationality. I
Okay.
don't feel and I don't see any
Mhm.
connection.
And you said like there were some mines, you perceive like nothing on the top but something underground, because
Yes,
some, do you perceive
like
anything underground? Mm-hmm.
they're digging and they're prospecting, and they are trying to set a project to create a mine underground.
Uh-huh.
But I don't see like a long running project with and successful.
Okay.
It's simply like prospecting. This is the feeling that I was having then and is the
Mhm.
same now. I don't see it like something more developed now comparing with what I saw before. It's simply they are trying because this is uh, indeed what they wanted to implement, but somehow again it's oppressing them. Something is not working because you know why? Because I have the feeling underground, like a very narrow layer where they work,
Mhm.
and on top of them it is something heavy and suppressing them, and it's not working, and they are trying and they keep trying and it's not working, and they are not finding the right metals that they are looking,
Okay.
rare metals, and it's something a very big struggle. That was the feeling then and it's the same now.
Okay. So you don't perceive anything like they're looking for something under that will
Hmm.
be in that area specifically, yeah?
No, I don't see it like a success
Mm-hmm.
story for
Source of
them in
something.
the
Mm-hmm.
future. No.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Claudia, I finished my questions. Did you have anything to say before you close?
Mm, no, not really.
Okay.
No.
Okay, now disconnect from everything, everyone and everybody, disconnect from all the information. We clear our, energetical imprints. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3. 1, you start to feel your body lighter. You start to move your body is getting strength. 2, you start to feel good, happy, calm, relaxed, detached. 3, you are present and now. Open your eyes.
Hello.
Welcome. How do you like the background?
I don't like.
Yeah. It's
I
all
don't like.
yellow.
Doesn't look good.
It's all like
Yes.
orange. Is it this
Or
color? You can probably
burnt. Yes, yes.
color
This
with
kind
that
of orange.
this yellow
Pale
energy, the
yellow.
air, you say? You saw,
Yeah,
kind of?
exactly like that I was seeing it. Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But on an energetic level, this is simply, I don't know, by
Physical.
chance looking. Yes, because it's physical. But yes, it was looking kind of similar.
Okay, thank you, Claudia, for participating in this investigation. Let's not forget that, information can be contaminated and we need to use discernment. Let's not forget that we are power, the power. With our,
Yes,
our intention, nobody can do anything to us. Okay?
exactly.
Everybody, thank you, Claudia. Have a nice day.
My
Bye,
pleasure.
everybody.
You too. Bye bye.